Good afternoon, everybody. It's October 1st, 2015, and I am certainly not in as good of a mood as I was an hour or an hour and a half ago. It's about 2 o'clock on the 1st of October, and for those that don't know, I'm still getting all the information together, but sometime today, there was a shooting up, another one, up this time in Oregon at a community college there in a place in Roseburg, Oregon, about 65 miles south of Eugene. And this isn't one of those, accidental shootings or whatnot. Nope, this is another one of those tragic shootings, just like the movie theater shooting in 2012, just like the Virginia Tech shooting, just like the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting, the church, Charleston, South Carolina church shooting earlier this year. I think there was even another movie theater shooting earlier this year in Indiana, if I remember right. There was, this is getting way out of hand. This is ridiculous. Just this year, there have been way too many public place shootings to, what is going on? How can we get this to stop? And this seems to be just a continuing problem here in the United States that we're not doing anything about. And my question is, why? Do we enjoy watching people die senselessly because some idiot decides to shoot up a college or have something else in mind for someone's idea of, trying to go to the movies? This is way out of hand, folks. What do we have to do? What is it going to take for us to actually get some actual gun control going here? And now, I understand there is a lot of people, including some friends of mine, think that, oh yeah, we need to be able to have guns because we need to be able to protect our homes and we need to be able to protect ourselves. The Second Amendment of the Constitution allows for it, and yada yada. Well, okay. I will say this. The gun itself isn't what causes how do I put this? The gun itself doesn't just by itself kill. The gun doesn't get up and shoot itself and just like cars don't kill, cars aren't the cause of drunk driving accidents, and pencils aren't the cause of spelling mistakes. We've all seen that. So guns in that respect do not kill people. However, that being said, you wouldn't find me near a gun. In fact, I've had a friend try to show me a gun, and I flat out refused. I don't like guns. I don't want to be anywhere near them. And I don't know that I would ever feel comfortable using one. Now, granted, yes, I am totally blind. But even though I am totally blind, the gun laws in this country, in the United States, are so lax, as far as I know, that as long as you don't have a criminal record, or at least a violent one, you can go into any gun store and purchase any gun you want, and probably as much ammunition as you want. So I'm totally blind. I wouldn't want to be caught dead with a gun, but my record is clean, so I could go into a gun store right now and, buy a gun. I would not want to do that, nor would I recommend anybody do that. But, especially, guns aren't something to play with. There's even been stories of young kids, like, 2- and 3-year-olds shooting their siblings because oh, they got a hold of their mommy's gun, and let's see what this does. Bam! You know, that is partially the fault of the parent. But guns should not be, to put it another way, shouldn't be played with. They shouldn't be toyed around with. Prior to Columbine, and actually between Columbine and the probably the Virginia Tech shooting, which I think was in 07 or 08, I don't think there were very many shootings. But boy, they've sure come up in recent years. In fact, since 2012, we've had a ridiculous number of them. I can't even count the number of whether they be school shootings, and must we forget, just last month, 2 journalists were gunned down, killed on live TV. This was in Virginia. 2 journalists just doing their everyday reporting. They were actually on doing a live shot for they were interviewing someone in the local community there where they do their news reports, and they were at a local place there where they were doing their live shot, and an ex-employee of the station just decided, I'm going to just shoot these guys because I can. That's essentially what happened. And we're letting it happen. You shouldn't have to worry about, oh God, am I going to be shot at because I'm doing a live report, or I'm going to school, I want to learn how to do this or that. Am I going to be shot at when I'm going from one class to another? Am I going to be shot at while I'm eating lunch? Am I going to be shot at while I'm at the store? You shouldn't have to worry about that. You didn't used to have to worry about that. But now it's become so common that many places have drills to prepare for shootings. No, we don't. We don't need drills, folks. What we need is stricter gun controls. I'm not saying take the guns away from everybody. I'm saying, have a license to own a gun. Prove that you aren't going to take your gun and shoot the living daylights out of anybody you come into contact with. If you have mental issues, which it seems like a lot of people do these days, no gun for you. In fact, no weapon for you, really. I don't care whether it's a gun, a sword, a knife, but especially a gun, because bullets, they travel, and they travel fast once they leave that gun. So, you're not just affecting, say, someone that's right next to you. You're going to be affecting people all around you. Like right now, the room that I'm in, it's a pretty small room, and if I were to have a gun and start shooting right now, if there was more than one person in here, I think they'd all be dead. Especially if I wave the gun around and just, start shooting madly, whatever. This needs to stop. I don't believe other countries have this epidemic of, let's just shoot people senselessly for the hell of it. Certainly not to the degree that we do. And I want to know what we can do to stop it and why we're not doing anything to stop it now. Like I said, the Constitution of the United States, if our forefathers saw what was going on now, I think they'd want to strike the Second Amendment from the Constitution. Because really, there's no reason for the public to bring guns into places that aren't like, shooting ranges or, places like that. Leave that to the police or extremely trained shooters that can, do whatever they have to do. But I personally, this whole, let's, constantly worry about, are we going to get shot at because we're at school or we're going to the movies, or this is ridiculous. Why aren't we doing anything about it? Certainly, the Colorado movie theater suspect, mental issues. There was mental issues with the guy that shot the 2 journalists. He ended up, a lot of these guys ended up killing themselves because They got nothing to lose. They don't want to live anyway, so they're like, screw it. I'm just gonna shoot up everybody, and then I'm gonna kill myself so that I don't get I don't want to go to prison or nothing. So I'm just gonna kill myself. They can't put me on trial if I kill myself. So that's how a lot of these people do it. Oh, let me just commit this mass murder and then kill myself. No. This isn't the America that we should be looking at. This isn't how America should be known. No, it's not. How do we fix it? How do we solve the problem? I personally think that only law enforcement and proven, trained citizens should have guns. Guns are not to be messed with, and I certainly, even you couldn't pay me to have a gun. If the suspect's got a gun, he's going to shoot me before I could even think of shooting him. So, especially me being blind. So, but the fact that I could get a gun, it's easier for me to get a gun than it would be for me to try and drive a car, I think, as a blind person. I mean, that's sad. There's something wrong with this country. I mean, you don't hear about mass shootings in Australia. You don't hear about mass shootings in England. You don't hear about mass shootings and I say mass shootings, I'm talking like school shootings and things, casualty events like this. You don't hear about that in Canada. Even though there are events. I mean, there has been there was that incident up in Ottawa, Canada, the capital, and what was it, at a consulate or an embassy, something like that. There was that, but I mean, overall, I mean, we have shootings at least. I think one report said once every day there's a shooting at a school or some other public place somewhere. And of course, the mass casualty ones, like the one today in Roseburg, Oregon, they get, yeah, they're the ones that we're known for. And there's way too many of them. We need, people that have mental issues, people that have known criminal records, people that, I don't know about you, but most people that I know, except for I have a couple of friends that I know that do have guns, and I believe they are responsible with them. But with the exception of those 2 or 3 people that I know, I don't think anybody I know has a gun or would want to be near one. Are guns so important that we have to have them? Everybody? I don't think so. I don't. No, I don't think so. I'm just ranting because all these senseless shootings. I mean, gang members, yeah, they've been shooting each other up for decades. That's one thing, and innocent people get caught up in that sometimes too. Drive-by shootings and whatnot. That's bad enough. That's bad enough. But when you start involving places that, I mean, public places, what, you're not supposed to go out of your house anymore? I'm surprised there hasn't been a mass shooting event at a baseball game yet. Well, no, there hasn't been one of those yet. There's been beatings. There was the guy that beat the Giants fan, was it 2 or 3 years ago? Yeah. But no, the guns, they're not to be messed with. We have got to have a balance between access to guns for those that truly need it and can prove that they need it, and preventing these mass casualty, these mass shootings at public places. You shouldn't have to worry about guns in a place of learning. Why would you need a gun on a college campus? Why would you need a gun on at a church? Seriously, why? Yeah, because I'm going to go to my favorite movie theater and watch my favorite movie, and I'm going to bring a gun with me because, well, I want to. Yeah, right. I'm going to go watch a Disney kids movie, and I'm going to have a gun with me when I do it. All right, I don't think so. So, yeah, once again, prayers go out to those in Roseburg, Oregon, and anywhere that there has been or will be a shooting, because you can bet there's going to continue to be multiple shootings and